I want to acknowledge that the land on which the city of Calgary is built falls under Treaty 7 and is the traditional and ancestral territory of the Siksika, Piikani, Tsuut'ina Nation, Stoney Nakoda Nation, and the Métis people. Canada is widely considered a land of opportunities and ethnicities. People from all around the world immigrate to Canada in search of a better future, equality, refuge, medical and financial services, and security. It is a multicultural society that by definition accepts and respects differing backgrounds and cultures. Here, everyone is given an equal and fair chance to build their future and have a prospering life. Not only does this land encourage the pursuit of equal opportunities, it also gives us food, excellent education, and loans to support education for full-time students, healthcare regardless of income, abundance of natural resources, and is considered very safe with low crime rates across the provinces. I came to Canada when I was just a year old, and since then this land has cared for me and provided my family with the resources to start over and build a secure future. The country I come from had an extremely high crime rate and therefore was not an ideal place for my parents to raise two daughters. My mom was able to continue her education and become an accountant, and both of my parents were able to afford a house and a comfortable lifestyle for their children. Due to overpopulation back home, jobs are hard to come by despite your education and are often underpaid. This land also gave me a chance to explore various cultures, learn from the experience of others, and grow to be accepting of different beliefs. Many people from around the world come to this land and bring their heritage, their past experiences, and their worldviews with them. By living here, you are exposed to diversity that you would never encounter living in any other country. When my family moved to Canada, we were all unaware of the history of First Nations peoples. My first exposure to the history of residential schools didn't take place until junior high. Even then, I was simply taught that they were schools for Indigenous people where they were treated unequally and were targeted as assimilating them into Canadian culture, which in itself is a major understatement. Through further exploration, I learned about the vast malpractices and abuse that occurred towards Indigenous children in these schools and its impacts on future generations. All Aboriginal peoples were deprived of their rights and freedoms due to European colonization. Additionally, the land that First Nations people cared for was deceivingly signed over as the property of the Crown. They were silenced and exploited for their land and resources. Despite how they were treated in the past, Indigenous societies are still thriving today. They were silenced, and so I will work to unsilence their voices and aid in rebuilding them a lifestyle that suits their beliefs, values, traditions, and way of life. I connect to this land by going on camping trips with my family and spending most of my time outdoors. By going outdoors, I'm able to free myself of the stress and pressure of daily routines and take a moment to connect my thoughts and truly be one with myself. If it weren't for this land, we all wouldn't be where we are today. Along with acknowledging what this land does for us, we should acknowledge that we severely lack in playing our part in preserving and rebuilding nature. As settlers of this land, we are obliged to take care of this land, acknowledge and pay due respect to its ancestors, and give back to ensure the continuance of this respect follows through with generations to come.